This is a show off of the magistar build that I have going on. The average damage of that build is about 10 million damage. I'm gonna show right here. Bam. Just that easy. This I can only fully armor slip once I have full more augmented stacks, but that's fine. Because you know it's not gonna be very hard to get 250 kills if you're killing 20 enemies per second. You know. Bam. That easy. My component isn't even active. I don't. My Diriga isn't like. It is not here. It's on vacation. I just did this normally. This is the average damage, just normal, without viral. And this isn't like short range or anything. This is 20 meters. I'm gonna show it quick. This enemy, I'm gonna almost strip him. This is 20 meters away. Dead. 12 million. This enemy is it's gonna be 20 meters away when I slam. Bam. Dead. This enemy 24. Bam. Dead. Dead. All of them dead. 20 meters of pure damage. Like the amount of enemies that can survive it is like below the single digit. Well, one, I think like Necramex can handle it like pretty well, and some bosses, but that's about it. Magistar, this is the build. Garden Derison if you want to build combo without the router. The rest, like you can use the Amalgam Organ Shutter. Garden Derison is optional. Quickening optional. You can replace it with like elemental damage mode or anything actually. Condition envelope doesn't work, so let's don't do it. Yeah, you just use whatever. Maybe I'll use Gladiator that might be better, but it's not even necessary to be honest. I already dealt 10 million damage. There is almost no enemy that can survive that. Maybe some demo lists, but the vial from the Diriga would do that. It would help me with it. Uh, this is my build on my Mirage. Uh, if you want, you can fit on Umbrella Intensify and like fit in enough Archon shards or replace this mod with another strength mod, but it's just not necessary, I think. I just do enough damage to kill everything. Brief Respite can be replaced with whatever you want because you're doing a long-term shield gates. Like it would last, the full 2.5 seconds. You don't. It's not gonna, you're still regenerating your shields with one hit. Prime footed, not necessary, not mandatory. Redirection is pretty mandatory. It is like the normal version or the primed version. You know, pretty basic build, nothing too, off the record. Um, I think you can fit an augment if you get rid of, if you have like, uh, you can actually get rid of primed continuity. I think it's not mandatory. So then you can fit an augment of your choosing. Um, like you can fit Hall of Malevolence to make your Hall of Mirrors deal a bunch more damage. That works. You can fit in Total Eclipse, so you can help your allies and your mirrors because your mirrors even benefit from it again. But I not mandatory at all. Uh, that's it. That's the build. Uh, Router. That's a router build. You don't. None of these mods are actually mandatory. Maybe like Amalgam Shotgun Barrage is nice to have, but and viral, viral and fire rate, pretty good stuff to have, but none of it is mandatory. Grimoire is for emergency energy. That's it. Um, just if I want, I can get more energy. That's the entire thing. That's all of it. Focus school completely for your choosing. You can choose whatever. Like nothing in here stops you. Deriga for viral, obviously. Pretty nice. Yeah, there isn't too much to show here, you know. I'm gonna go into the mission with it. Show the damage. I'm just gonna conjunction survival this Soma. It's gonna be very easy because 10 million damage without viral. Okay, second now. And here it. Open. Open sesame. Yep. Steel Path level 131 enemies just dying to it instantly. It also has toxin on it, so Corpus enemies also die instantly. Just like immediately. There is no escape. Boom, 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 boom. I'm probably gonna go for 20 minutes, for the final reward, but you all got the gist. You don't really need 20 more minutes of footage just to know that this thing is just very good. A bit boring, not gonna lie, compared to a gun gameplay. But if you just want damage, this is the best, one of the best builds for it. Because you're also in air a lot of the time, because that's how you attack enemies. You also have a bit of evasion mechanic. Because when you're in air, enemies can barely aim at you. Like they have very bad AI when you're in air. And here's an acolyte. Smack the acolyte. Dead. Actual one shot. He could not have avoided it. Can't say no to more ducats, you know? But I get more damn ducats. This build is very low maintenance. You don't really have to juggle a bunch of stuff like with my Severov builds. Na 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 na. Damn, so terrible. So terrible. I didn't one shot it when first try. Damn. Also, currently, I don't know if it's gonna stay for like this in the future, but currently, slam attacks destroy nullifiers like instantly. I don't know if it's like gonna be patched in the future, but uh, this means that the 18-meter range on the magistar now destroys all of the nullifiers in the area, which is pretty cool. The only thing that this thing can't fully destroy like immediately is like, well, Necromex, but you know, Necromex and Necromex. It can destroy the Frost guys, Frost Eximus. Frost Eximus just the shield prevents slam attacks from coming in. So you know, not perfect, but pretty good, I would say. You just jump inside instead of jumping outside. It's not really a massive problem. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I can chop it off right now. Enemies that are inside it are safe. Unless I just jump inside and do the same thing. I just realized I didn't really mention my evolutions, but I assume it's gonna be pretty obvious, you know. Slam attack range. What was the other ones? Initial combo, I think, was one of them. No, it wasn't. Uh, Not really an option. You hope for a film about, you know, you get what you get. Oh no, the acolyte. What will I do? Oops, didn't set myself as offline. Now I'm offline. Here we go. Five more minutes. Yo, Forma, I love Forma. Forma is so great. I should probably delete this. Ah, here's another fail. And here is not another fail. Bam. Dead. Okay, I should probably move towards the end point. Because I'm about to be finished. Oops, died right at the end. Very funny. Hey, Forma! I love Forma! Yes, more Forma, yeah! I'm now gonna show off alternate builds and the evolutions that I forgot because I forgot to show off the evolutions. Okay, evolutions. This is optional. It gives you extra attack speed, but if you hold the melee, meaning like press this swap button, swap weapon button. This is just more important than fall off. It just fall off doesn't really help too much. At least not in this build specifically. This here is pretty obvious. Slam radius. The other two don't really help too much. Range only helps the main attack, which isn't useful. And heavy attack wind up speed is nice whenever you want to switch to Incarnon, but that's it. That's the only good thing it's good for. Slam radius is more important. And then crit, pretty obvious. You just want more crit. It gives you some critical chance to multiply. This build also works on the normal magistar. I assume like it's I know it has more critical damage and less critical chance, so I assume it's like not gonna be too different of a build. Like still gonna be the same odds. Uh, Now alternate builds. If you want, you can replace primary direction with what's it called? Adaptation, like this. Then put on some health mods. Uh, you put on some health mods and you put it on in here. I can't remove this. In here, you would put like maybe like the healing mode of the on heavy attacks. Where is it? Life stack, yeah. On slams, you would just regen 20% of your health, and because you're dealing so much damage, you're gonna heal all of your health, like instantly. Like it's not even a competition. With like anything else, there is nothing that can heal faster than this. Um, But for now, like I'm just gonna. Actually, I should. If you want, you can also put on dispatch overdrive, which will increase your movement speed. That's just lovely. You know, and because you're only doing heavy slam attacks, you're gonna increase your speed all the time. It's just nice to have. Uh, as I said, you can have like instead of redirection, you can have adaptation. You can put on some health mods instead of primed continuity. Then you can get in your one of your arcanes an armor one instead of arcane energize. I didn't really need arcane energize too much. And if you have enough archon shards, you can fit on either armor or just more strength to replace more augmented. Primed retraction can be replaced with handspring. Primed retraction is in itself like yeah, not retraction. Primed footed in itself is not like necessary at all. As you can see, I barely got hit when I was in air, and you're in air most of the time. So it's like also most knockdowns happens because of Eximus, but Eximus would die instantly when they're near you. So not mandatory at all. You can replace it with whatever else you want. I just like it so I don't accidentally get knocked down and then die. You can go for instead of you can instead of pillage you can get Terrafy for a faster armor strip. It does it faster, but it has less range, which is a shame. Um, you can replace it with like newish if you aren't fighting an armored enemies or like any other buff that you want. Like anything works here. You can put on whatever you want. Like let's see all of the options. I mean, you don't really need to see the options. All of them, if I said all of them work. Air bursts, can group up enemies. If you just get more range and instead of getting slam range on your on that option, you can get like heavy attack wind up speed. I'm gonna just group up enemies and then slam them. That's an option. Breath Surge. This is actually really good because the whole point of Breath Surge is whenever you kill an enemy, that enemy makes another enemy die. So instead of killing 20 enemies, you would kill 40 enemies, or maybe 30 because it doesn't have the best. Breath Surge doesn't have the best aim in the world. This is like genuinely really good of an option. Blood Altar can give you healing if you want to make a healing build. Defy can give you a bit of armor, that's nice. Only 500 armor though, I think, at max. Elemental Board can also give you more armor and health and shields and a bunch of other stuff. If you don't want like primed redirection, Elemental Board works pretty well. What was I? Empower, no, that doesn't really work because you need to cast it like once every time you cast an ability, meaning you have to cast it instead of having to cast 2 abilities and in your first and third, you would have to cast 4 abilities. Your first, then empowered, your third, then empower. It's just not too comfortable. Zata's Whisper doubles down on Bane mods. That's pretty good. Like doubling down on Bane mods. Weird Scythe gives viral, that's nice. Warcry isn't gonna help too much because attack speed doesn't help. Burator Advance, that helps a lot. Like increasing, well, not too much, like there are better options. But in my build, it would be like 300% critical chance, which would double my critical chance from reliable red crits to reliable tier 6 red crits. Which would double my damage, that's pretty nice. Tower Strike for an armor strip just in front of you. That's nice. Spectorage, you put it on a group of enemies, and all of the enemies inside would have, with the augment, if you use the augment. Uh, Spectre Fusion. Enemies inside it would have a 50% chance of dropping an energy orb. That's really nice if you just want as much energy as possible. Spellbind gives you status immunity. That's nice. Can't really argue with status immunity. Silence makes it so enemies can't really. It's not too useful on this build, but if you just want, in a case of an emergency, like acolytes spawn or whatever, if you disable any abilities that any enemy can use. Shooting gallery increases your. It makes it so enemies have a jammed guns, so they are less able to shoot at you, which is nice. Sentient rafts. It works on mirage despite roar doesn't work because it would remove eclipse because both of them are damage buffs. But sentient rafts works because it doesn't count as a damage buff despite the fact that it increases your damage. So you can just put it on like one of your abilities and then you can have a damage increasing ability. Same thing with Rest and Rage. Uh, Quiver might be nice. You can put on an invisibility field around you. So you can make yourself, invisible. It just makes it so it increases your survivability. Just by a bit, if you want. Um, and last, like, Molt probably would be good. Increased movement speed and enemies will be focused on the Molt instead of you, which is nice for survivability, but that's about it. It's not the best. That's it for that's it for alternate builds. There isn't too many options. Not gonna lie. Uh, yeah, maybe you could change your companion too if you want. My companion has like is for dispersing viral, but you can use whatever you want. Uh, I have my Panzer Fire with the bite and Tenacious Bond for extra critical damage, which is nice, but not that important. Also for survivability. It's just pretty good for survivability. Yeah, that's about it.